You ever press a button and nothing happens? You check it again? Still nothing. Then you start pressing it rapidly, but it's still completely unresponsive. Like, what the heck is going on here? Well, if you're a fan of that super satisfying feeling of getting to the bottom of a mystery, then this one's for you. It's about a star that keeps disappearing. It's right there in the constellation of Aquila, the eagle. And for all practical purposes, it should be fairly easy to spot. It's a bright yellow star, not too different from our own. But every few months, sometimes less frequently, it seems to vanish. By some measurements, it dims by 22%. It looks like someone turned down the lights in the universe. And this has been going on for over a decade. Since 2009, NASA's Kepler Space Telescope has been scanning tiny patches of sky for signs of planets around other stars. Stars appear to dim when something passes between them and Earth. So, Kepler looks for these dips in brightness as a way of detecting exoplanets. Most dimming events are pretty boring. A planet making a regular pass in front of its star once every 2 or 3 years that's easy to spot and easy to ignore. But sometimes there's a weird dip that doesn't seem to fit with what we know about planetary systems. And that's how Tabitha Boyajian found herself staring at this one particular star. KIC 8,462,852, better known as Tabby's star. When she first saw the data, she thought the instrument must be broken. It just didn't make sense. Usually when a star dims, we can blame a planet passing in front, a cloud of dust, or maybe stellar activity. These are all predictable events with clear scientific explanations. But Tabby's star dimming was too irregular, too deep, and far too strange. Boyajian and her team published their discovery in 2015. And while they couldn't come up with any reasonable explanations for it, other scientists did. Few suggested a swarm of comets, though it would take an unusually large number of them. Others wondered if it could be a shattered planet being torn apart by tidal forces. As you can imagine, such a cataclysmic event would leave an easily detectable mess of debris. But so far, no debris has been spotted. And then there's the hypothesis that's on everyone's mind: aliens. The idea is that there's some sort of enormous structure out there, maybe a Dyson Sphere, a massive megastructure built by an advanced civilization to harness energy from its star. We have no direct evidence of such megastructures. But if they exist, they should have some unusual characteristics, including unpredictable dips in brightness. And while this sounds like science fiction, it isn't totally out there. According to one estimate, there could be as many as 100 billion Dyson spheres out there in the Milky Way. At the very least, Tabby's star does appear to be covered in something that blocks our view. But unlike a swarm of comets or a shattered planet, that thing doesn't seem to be moving. Of course, that doesn't mean it's a Dyson sphere, just that it might be time to start thinking like astronomers. Rather than imagining a single explanation, try imagining all possible explanations. Come on, don't stop now. We aren't done yet. So since it was discovered, Tabby's star has continued to behave strangely. New data hasn't helped narrow down the possible causes. If anything, it's raised more questions than it's answered. It could be a unique interstellar dust, or an unusual disk of debris, or something we haven't even thought of yet. We don't even know if the dips are actually caused by stuff in front of the star. Maybe it's coming from within. At this point, it's impossible to say what's really going on. And that makes Tabby's star one of the greatest mysteries in modern astronomy. There are lots of open questions in science, but this one is special. The universe is vast and largely empty. We expect stars to follow certain patterns. They form from collapsing clouds of gas and dust. They shine by fusing hydrogen into helium in their cores. They explode as supernovas at the end of their lives. It's all very logical, very orderly. And then there's Tabby's star, a wild card in an equation that's supposed to balance. It reminds us that even in a universe of patterns, there are still surprises waiting to be uncovered. In 2017, researchers pointed radio telescopes at Tabby's star in hopes of finding signs of artificial radio emissions. You know, just in case. So far, they haven't found anything, but the search continues. We want to understand the world, and we've re-driven to find patterns and make equations that describe the universe around us. But sometimes the universe throws us a curveball, something we can't explain, something that doesn't fit in our neat little boxes. When that happens, all we can do is scratch our heads and wonder, If you love strange space phenomena and science mysteries, subscribe for more cosmic deep dives. And let me know in the comments, do you think Tabby's star is natural or something else entirely?